Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another episode. We are at the point where we're going to be repairing some boards in the deck. We're going to be sanding a couple extra surfaces, and we are going to stain today. So I wanted to bring you along as we have for part 3 of rebuilding my deck, and we will look forward to seeing how this turns out. The last part of this series is part 4, and it's going to be putting up a banister railing around the top, and we will see that in the near future. But if you guys are enjoying this, please hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up and share this, as that helps me an absolute ton, and I know you guys have been a huge support for this channel. Thank you so much for everything you're doing. But let's stop talking and let's get down to work. So we'll see you in just a second. All right, well, now it's time for a little bit of an update. What I've figured out is these boards, this deck, bottom deck here, bottom deck is 20 foot, 1.5 inch, 20 foot in, and we have to cut a span. So the only thing we can pick up over there is 10 foot board. So I'm going to take and split the difference. The difference is actually like right there. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to fabricate kind of a cross member in there to allow the ends of each 10-foot section to tie into without an issue. Yeah, it's a little bit, I wouldn't say it's janky, but it's I can't find 20-foot treated lumber without having a special order it, and they're over $25 a piece. I'm not in the mood to do that. I'm going to do a $10 10-foot section. But really, it's like $1. It's like $1.03 per foot, and so it's a little expensive. I'll be honest with you. Cedar is a lot more expensive. This entire deck was actually built out of treated, weather-treated lumber, and I thought it was cedar. It's not, but even then, with the stain that we're going to apply to this, it's actually going to turn out really, really well, and I think I'm going to be happy with it in the end, and the end result. But so I'm going to get to working on that. I'm going to show you, you know, how I'm going to create the splice to go in between those joists. Stick around. All right, guys, we're going to create that span between the two joists I was talking about. This is one of the old boards. This is going to work fine for just a quick span so I can tie into that. I'm going to go with the old markers because clearly where these holes are at is where the joists were, so that's going to be a good measurement. I'm going to run from the center of the holes there. Again, it's just a patch. So you can do this your own way. You can go ahead and create your own patches if you ever needed to. I'm going to choose to do it this way because this is going to work for me. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to get this chop saw and I'm going to cut this down to size. I'm going to go a little bit long so I can actually tap that in so it wedges in real nice. I've got 2 of these. I have 1 of these I have to make. The other one has a center support in the other run of boards that we're going to replace, so I actually won't need to create this patch, so to speak. So I'm going to get the saw. Stick around. All right, we've got this cut down. We're going to put this between the studs. We're going to tap it into place, and we'll be ready to lay down our first boards. Our treated 1x6, our deck boards that we picked up down at Home Depot. We're getting those all sanded up. We're getting a rough surface on there, so the tint, the spray, the clear will actually get into that wood a little bit better. These are treated, so it's still gonna act a little different. And yes, the boards are weathered enough that it's gonna create just a little bit of an issue. But they look really good. So far for size, I've gone again with the 10-foot sections, and if you look down here, guys, the that cross member I put into place for that additional nailer, that's where it's going to sit. I'm going to have a little overhang on the far end, because these aren't true 10 foot apparently. But I'm going to take a nice circle saw and a circular saw and just cut those off. Okay, so we're creating a gap with the paint sticks. The paint stick itself is just thick enough that's going to create a good gap between each board. I'm doing it at the head of this one, and then I will run down and I'll do the middle section of this board as well. So this is kind of a cheat. I mean, you can use matches, shims. I like paint sticks. It's a perfect thickness for a deck. So I'm going to go ahead and run this out. We're going to start tacking in screws and get this thing finished up for stain. All right, it's time for a break. This is what we doing for lunch. Here we gotta take a break every once in a while. All right, guys, we are at the point where we're gonna start staining. This is a clear oil-based stain going on our deck. I'm using a Wagner Ready Paint system. It's a 4-piece system. You can paint or stain with it. So I'm gonna go ahead and continue to spray this down. I'm doing this in sections. I've got 2 gallons down. I've got another gallon I'm gonna have to put on. So well, folks, it's been a long day. Finally getting an opportunity to sit down. Wife, kids, we've all busted ass on this, and it's been a lot of work, but it's turned out to be extremely satisfying. Let's go take a look. Well, so we've run the full gamut on this thing. We've stripped it down, we've sanded it, we've prepped it, we've replaced some of the boards, and we have sprayed it with a clear oil base deck stain, and quite honestly it turned out great. We had extra pieces like our steps. We gave it a clear coat, smooth as anything. Still a couple of wet spots, that's fine. It's only been, you know, half hour. I've only been sitting for 15 minutes. But you guys can remember the color was phenomenal when we got it wet last week, when we had a chance to work on it. And we put this clear on it, and as you guys can clearly see, this has turned out great. I appreciate you guys sticking around. This is part 3 of what I'm hoping to be only 4 parts. So we got one more section on this. We're going to be rebuilding the banisters on this deck, putting in some extra steps in here. That'll be coming up in the next video. So guys, I appreciate you sticking around. If you guys like this type of stuff, this kind of content, let me know. Give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button down there at the bottom. And I'll see you guys next time.